Today, when I was sitting down to record this message, I tapped into a stream of energy that's calling itself the Silver Collective. So, if you're here listening to this message and it's resonating with you, you are part of a Silver Collective, which is a group of individuals who have a silver or white sheen around their aura, soul, however you want to phrase it. Um, you may also have a golden aura, but you have some amount of silver to you. So your etheric body is appearing very shimmery to me at this time. These are pretty high vibrational beings um, with a good number of past lives, a lot of earthly experience, but who are also feeling very worn down by the earth experience lately, kind of burnt out. So, yeah, welcome, Silver Collective. It is an honor to channel for you. I am excited to be able to read for you as I have not heard any other channels that are doing this, though I'm sure there are. But I am always an open channel for source, so I just read the messages as they come up. I'm curious to see what other little collectives will emerge. So, for your message today, I was hearing love, love is in the air. So there's this feeling of springtime. I am recording this right at the end of July, 2025, but the springtime could be a metaphor for earlier this year, perhaps next year, or just the feeling of something new beginning. There's like a new hope you're having. I know astrologically speaking, we just had a very intensive, almost 2 months long period of retrogrades and basically problem conjunctions and things like that with the planets. So if you've survived that, congratulations. I'm channeling for people who are in relationships and are not in relationships. So you could be either one, take this however it resonates for you. So for some of you, it could be new love. For some of you, it could be a renewed love, is what I'm hearing. So there's a wakefulness to this person's eyes that you have your heart set on. There's a glow about their skin that didn't used to be there before. You're giving a lot of light energy to this person. This person is lighting up something within you, and in return, that's kind of shining out and shining on them. Your silver aura means that you're going to attract things very magnetically to you. You're going to attract high vibrational experiences. The silver aura, though, is also pretty off putting because it's a high degree of competency to, I'm getting the word wield, to wield a silver aura. Even though I know that wield sounds like a strong word, it's like a burden a little bit to bear because seeing this way and being this way means that there's going to be people who come across your path that, like, I'm seeing an oil slick that you just really can't get along with. And even if this oil slick has the appearance of like a rainbow on the surface, it's kind of a trap. It's kind of a fake oily surface. So there's this feeling that you have run across people before that have this oil slick appearance to their aura. And so at first it shimmers and shines and it seems friendly and inviting and almost warm, which is something that you, as someone with a silver aura, are going to be looking for. Generally speaking, you want something warmer. Excuse me, because your silver aura kind of has that cool tone to it. But yeah, I'm getting these people like may have tricked you, may have cheated you, they may have deceived you, they may have just been very problematic, and you may have experienced frustration thinking like, but I saw their aura, it was like rainbow, it was so golden and beautiful and excuse me, everything that I wanted. I'm like having a little throat chakra blockage here. So you may also have had feelings, trusting these instincts of yours or speaking up about these experiences. But I'm being told to remind you that you have a silver aura. If you're here listening to this and you're still here listening to this and it's still resonating for you, then you have a silver aura. So you have to remind yourself that you're not like other people. You may have different base colors to your aura as well. Since I do read for what I'm getting is going to be a pretty large collective, but for right now is a smaller one. Yeah, your base aura may be like a purple, a gold. It's going to be silver for some of you, like all the way through. Gold, purple, or silver is kind of be your main base aura color. And then the highlight sort of look around it is like this film of white silver. So anyway, yeah, there's not going to be many people you can enmesh yourself with. You are not going to be rewarded for enmeshing yourself with people anymore, too, because it drains the silver out of your life force. Like it drains the shine and the energy and the spark you have. You will notice when this happens with other people, like you leave the hangout feeling angry, feeling upset, betrayed, belittled, talked over, not listened to. Um, like you don't leave feeling good and energized. And I promise you that when you do get around the right people, you will feel, if not energized, you will at least feel like you enjoyed your time. You may feel like you need a lot of alone time. I'm getting that for a lot of you. You are you're at a point in your life where you don't really beg people to stay anymore. You don't really ask people to do as much for you anymore. You've kind of divested yourself from your overinvestment. I'm getting that a lot of you were really trying to invest in other people for a long time leading up to this point, and then something's happened in the recent 3 years. For some of you, it's as recent as 6 months, but for others, it's like in the last 3 years. 6 months to 3 years, something has happened that's caused you to really take a step back from this and change how you invest in people, how you interact with them, and like you're not afraid to match energy. That's what I'm getting. I'm hearing this silver can become ice cold in a second. Just watch. So, yeah. So you guys have had to learn how to defend yourself and harden yourself, because silver is also a metal that can be scratched. So while it is a metal and some people might perceive it as tough, it's still delicate in some ways, right? And it also can get rust, like tarnish or whatever. I'm seeing old silverware and silver cups and bowls and plates, and how they have to be like lovingly cared for and attended to. So there's this feeling of like you are kind of a status symbol for some people, but you require care and maintenance. This is something that you can't do on your own. So spirit is going to send in people from time to time who do care for you, who do give you that maintenance that you need, because you cannot shine your own silverware. But I'm getting like a fork looking at itself being like, how am I don't have hands to do this, right? Like you're deliberately not equipped with all of the tools to like fully take care of yourself, I'm hearing, because if you did, you wouldn't have the energy left for doing the rest of what you need to do, like for your job or for your mission here. And again, missions can be super simple. Missions can just be, I want to give people happy experiences. So don't stress out too much over like having a big mission or whatever. It's not about that. It's just about enjoying your human experience. But yeah, so I'm kind of getting like, you may have beaten yourself up over not taking good enough care of yourself, or stressing like you don't fit in, you're not doing things the right way. But if you're part of the Silver Collective, you're being called right now to shine very brightly, and you're being called to repel those people who aren't in alignment with you and let them just sort of fall away from you, because it is no longer your responsibility to help them up. You're not going to be a stepping stool for other people anymore. You've spent a lot of your life doing that. If this message is resonating for you, you spent a lot of your life being looked down on, because I'm seeing this mirror that was like placed on the ground like it was a I want to say like it was a footstool, but also like, do you know in ponds or parks, those areas where they put like bricks or things in the ground? It's like that. It's like something that had no business being placed on the ground. Like it was expensive and fancy and should have been like lovingly hung up on the wall and treasured and looked at. It was instead put in the ground, and people walked on it. They like cracked it, didn't care that they got dirt on it, scuffed it. You may have felt like you've been positioned in these places in your life in this sort of horizontal arrangement that was very contrary to your nature. And I'm seeing that it kind of fucked with your electromagnetic fields. Like you were in geographic locations. I'm hearing also hospitals or hospital gowns may be significant. You were in these locations that messed with your ability to perceive yourself, messed with your ability to develop your abilities and intuition and gifts, et cetera, et cetera. And I say gifts and all that because I do sense a lot of you have some psychic ability, because to have a silver aura, you do generally have a strong connection to the other side, to energetics and to different realities, even if you haven't learned fully how your gifts operate. Your potential is there. So yeah, so what you've done now is like you have hung yourself on a wall, and you are allowing the universe to send in cleaners. Basically, you're allowing the universe to send in people who shower you with gifts or with love, with affection, with cleaning, with caretaking, because you're entering a phase of your life where people are going to admire and respect you just for being you. And this is going to sound like a fantasy for some of you. This is going to sound like that can't be reality for some of you, because your reality till now has not been that. But you need to remember the past is not always a playbook for the future. Just as the future is not always a playbook for the past, right? And so you are now, I'm seeing this path diverging in front of me. It's like you're being given the choice. You can either keep playing small, that I'm specifically hearing keep playing small, and stick to the path before you, which is letting people walk all over you and be immersed in like this victimhood. You're damaged, you're hurt all the time, and people just keep using you. It's like, or the universe is literally like, just hang yourself on the wall. Because if you just can hang yourself on the wall, everything will fall into place, because people automatically treat you different when they see the mirror nice and hanging on the wall versus when they see it on the ground. Because this is such a terrible phrasing, but I'm hearing like, if people see that you're beaten down, it's an invitation for them to beat you down further. It's almost like if there's a neighborhood and there's like a car with a broken window, or there's a house with a broken window, people are more likely to vandalize the property because they feel like people don't care about it. So you will actually attract people, unfortunately, if you may have already experienced this, which I'm so sorry if some of you have. But the more damaged you are, you attract people who like to damage you further. So what Spirit wants you to do is, some of you have already kind of put yourself in this position in life where you're valuing yourself, you've hung yourself on the wall, and you are ready for a different experience. And others of you still need to pick yourself up or find someone to help pick you up and place you on the wall. Because it's like, I'm being told, once you place yourself on that wall, the housekeepers will come by and clean you. The servants will admire themselves in you. The princess will do her hair in front of you. It's like all of this love and this joy and this energy being directed towards you as a mirror, and like your edges getting shined up and your silver polish showing. And it's like, you were always this mirror. Things were simply removed from you so that like you could be this form of yourself again. But remember, even if you've been lying in the ground and kicked on and got dirt all smeared on you and scratches, you can always be fixed. Like, you just remove the scratches, remove the dirt, clean all that up. You were always that mirror underneath. You just have to acknowledge that. It is a weight to acknowledge having like a silver soul, having a silver aura, because there's this feeling of accomplishment being necessary. Often these people are born with this inner knowing that they're supposed to do something important, but they spend years wondering why they can't figure out what that is. And they stress a lot over feeling like they're not on their right path in life. And they're often not on the right path in life when they're having those thoughts, but it distresses them more because they don't know how to get to the right path, right? So all they know is they don't want to be in the ground getting kicked around. Like, I'm hearing being paid minimum wage. So maybe some of you are working these sort of dead end jobs, or jobs that are a lot of manual labor, but you're not being thanked for them even. I'm hearing some of you are providing for people who don't even thank you. There might be some mothers too in this collective that are just doing double time, overtime shifts, and they're just doing so much work, and yet like no one seems to be grateful or thanking them. Like single moms in particular, I'm getting. Yeah, so it is tough to be someone with a silver aura, but you have to remember that you came here with a responsibility to share your light with others, and it is your job now to pour into yourself. So your job is no longer pouring into other people. Your job is prioritizing yourself, because everything else will follow once you get yourself beautiful again, once you get yourself loving yourself again. And I don't mean beautiful in the shallow way. I just mean, in a soft way, being able to feel safe and feel vulnerable, but also powerful at the same time. Because a mirror on a wall is incredibly fragile when you think about it, but it's also incredibly dangerous. Like, if you decide I'm going to 1v1 this mirror on the wall and you punch it, you can like break your hand doing that, right? Or you can get all these glass shards and cuts in you, right? So it's like, yeah, you could hurt the mirror, but the mirror is going to fucking hurt you right back. So, yeah, that's definitely something for you to consider. It's like, even though you might think you're more exposed in some position you're now stepping into, even though you might feel a bit abandoned, like you're leaving behind old dirt, old ground that you knew, maybe going somewhere new, that's going to be way better for you. And I'm hearing it's easier to start over in a town where no one knows you. So some of you who are considering a big move, this might be a little nudge in that direction, or like a new job or something, because sometimes you can't train people to treat you better. You just have to show them that you no longer accept that kind of treatment. And that's the hard truth of it, because people tend to remember the version of you that they had the most sense of power over. That sounds horrible, but it's been like studied. So for instance, if you've ever had family members that always remember you being at a certain age when they were in a position of power over you, whether that's parents or siblings, that's because in their memory, that's the time they felt most secure and confident in their connection with you. So if you become like a younger sibling that overtakes an older sibling or becomes more successful than the parents, like they might resent you. That's because in their mind, they established a power dynamic with you without your consent. I'm just laughing because I'm feeling this incredulousness of your energy. Like there are people in your past who literally put you in the ground, who literally like would have taken you off the wall and stomped on you and pretended like they never saw you on that wall, and then are shocked that you're like reclaiming your birthright, basically, like you're reclaiming your power, because they thought they would always have one over on you, but that is not how this works. Because karma's always going to come back around, and oftentimes the people who level up in the later half of their life, so for a lot of you might be 30s onwards, like you might be younger, but I've sensed a lot of you are kind of at like this sort of midlife point, even like mid 20s, mid to early 20s, yeah, mid to early 20s to like 40s, I would say, and maybe 50s is this demographic. Yeah, you were always going to reclaim what was yours. So these people are just pissed off too, because when you shine your brightest, like Spirit's showing me the mirror, right? That's you with the silver, kind of almost embroidered, finished around it. It's very ornate. It's like people look in you, and guess what? They actually see themselves now. Before, they just saw how dusty and dirty you were, and they didn't even realize you were a mirror. And they just saw you as something to hate that they could exert power over and stomp on. But now they're seeing themselves reflected in that mirror, and they're seeing how beautiful you look with your mirror edges and everything. And then they're seeing themselves, and they hate themselves. A lot of these people that stomp all over others actually hate themselves, and that's why they treat others that way, which is really sad, but it's also not an excuse for that behavior. So you may be coming up on a time in your life where, as your silver nature is beginning to be revealed and shine more brightly, people are becoming annoyed with you, and they're becoming frustrated with you. They're becoming frustrated that their illusion of reality isn't matching what they see now. They don't like that you are in this position of honor that they can never be in. Like, I'm seeing a human, and you can't hang a human on a wall, is what I'm hearing. It's like, no, your job is actually to labor. You thought you were better than this, but like this mirror is actually going to be protected. It's going to be used by royalty. It's going to be honored, and people are going to take beautiful pictures of it. It's going to have a high value. Meanwhile, you can go clean the dirt that you used to kick on this mirror. Is kind of vibe. So there's a little bit of a karmic comeuppance for some people. Yeah. I got a little sidetracked earlier, but what I was saying about coming into your gifts in the later half of your life means you spent the earlier portion, or at least your childhood and teenage years, maybe your 20s, learning a lot of lessons. And so you may feel behind other people, but you're learning lessons that oftentimes people who enter 30s, 40s, 50s, they don't learn till then, and they end up losing all they have built up. So that you'll see this iconic, wonderful looking life in the 20s and 30s, even 40s sometimes, and you'll be like, man, I'm so far behind. But then they lose it all. I'm talking like big divorces. I'm talking like their car getting totaled. I'm talking health issues that come up. And it's nothing against that person. It's simply just a matter of like, when are you going to learn your lessons? Your lessons can come early, in the middle, or near the end of your life. So I'm getting, for a lot of you, you chose to prolong your lessons so that you could learn as much as possible, and then just supercharge quick through some of the best years now of your life, you know. Like now you have so much wisdom in you, and you're just ready to shine with it. So that's kind of the main messaging that I am getting for you guys today. You Silver Collective. I'm going to title this video that, I believe. And yeah, I'm not getting anything more. Roses may be significant for you, and rhododendrons as well. So maybe look into those flower meanings and see if those resonate. All that said, I hope you have a wonderful wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon.